What's going on, everybody? I'm Aslan Hutchavandi, the co-host of Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. You're probably like, where's Devontay Love-Taylor? He's here, y'all. He's here. We're going to do the show. I'm what they call an opening act. I'm here to warm the crowd up, y'all. So you see this, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We can't tell you just how much we're trying to get done for you folks here on the YouTube channel, whether it's Jeff Cameron's show, 1 to 3 p.m. every single day. Well, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because tomorrow, Tuesday, live edition of Seminole Headlines, 1 to 3 p.m., right here exclusively on Warchant TV and then on the podcast. We do our podcast, myself and Corey Clark, Wake Up Warchant, every single morning. You can find it. You know, we record it at night, but we drop it for the morning because it's Wake Up. And then we got roundtables that are dropping right now. We just did a little bit of a midway point preseason progress report, I guess you could say. Myself, Irish O'Fell, Corey Clark, Jeff Cameron, and Tom Lang. Some of our surprises, some of the big picture things that we're thinking about when it comes to this team as they've hit the halfway point of the preseason camp. They got their second scrimmage in on Sunday night. We'll talk to Devontay about some of that possibly. Taking all your questions, obviously, when we do pop them up on here. But don't forget, we also have some recruiting chats going on with Michael Langston, keeping you updated on everything recruiting. Travis Hunter, absolute freak show, certified. You all know this. He's the number one prospect in the nation for a reason. Had over 200 yards from scrimmage. I think he had touchdown throwing, a touchdown receiving, and he had an interception. So every Friday night we do a Friday night rewind or something like that, I think Michael calls it. He and Austin Cox compile all the stats from all the recruits from Florida State's class of 2022 and beyond. So be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Again, we'll be taking all your questions. You can tweet them. You can post them on the Tribal Council, warchant.com. And the best thing to do is post them right here, obviously, on YouTube. So Rick's in the house. Daytona Nole, never knew your real name. Shout out Daytona Nole. Timothy's in the house, says, let's go. All right, we can do that. Noel Yakin, call me Big Daddy. I'm really not Big Daddy, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So we'll get the show going on here in a few more minutes. But again, just to let everybody know, the team did not practice on Monday. They had a day off, a well-deserved, well-earned day off. Maybe we'll ask Devontay how it feels to finally have a day off. It seems like they've been going nonstop. They had 29 days to get 25 practices in. I don't know if they're going to use all 25 practices. I think they are, but man, they condensed it. So it's been a grueling camp for them, but they were off on Monday. Actually, it's 7 o'clock. If you're in Tallahassee and maybe West Palm Beach and Tampa, you'll be able to watch the Mike Norvell show. I think that's what they still call it. Call-in show. He and Gene taking questions from everybody. So that's at 7 o'clock. I'm the warm-up act for Devontay Love-Taylor and Trench Talk. But they'll resume practice tomorrow morning, Tuesday. We'll be out there. We're no longer allowed to film nor take photographs in that first 3 periods of practice because they're getting ready for a really important game, and that's Notre Dame. So we understand that, not complaining by any stretch of the imagination, but just know that the updates won't include video and photographs. So just take it a little bit easy on us. But hey, as long as they beat Notre Dame, who cares, right? That's all we care about. So I need to do one thing here before we get the show started, and that's turn off the super chats, y'all. So don't be doing anything crazy and sending money at me right now because I don't want that. But again, we're going to be doing Trench Talk here with Devontay Love-Taylor here just momentarily as I get these all checked off. Just make sure that we got everything up and running. We all look good. I'm in my living room right now. You're all wondering, what's going on? It's fine. I'm fine. You're wondering, where's Devontay Love-Taylor, y'all, right? Let's get him for you. Let's start it right now. Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor starts right about now. From the ultimate Seminole sports source comes another original live content production. Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. You bring the live rounds, he'll bring the pancakes. And now, number 58 in your programs, but number 1 in your hearts, here's the man of the next half hour, Devontay Love-Taylor. What's up, y'all? There he is, Devontay Love-Taylor. He's on the other side of the wall here at the Midtown offices. What's going on, Devontay? How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. So you had a day off, I guess. Was it an actual day off? What was your Monday like?
Just a bunch of rehab and taking care of my body and hydrating, getting ready for the next couple weeks.
What's rehab entail for you? Is it massages? Is it sitting in an ice bath? What does it take to get your body right?
Everything: massages, cold tubs, hot tubs, Theraguns, lasers to warm up, game readies to cool down, stretching, yoga, anything to make you feel good.
I mean, listen, I couldn't hold up to the rigors of playing football, but man, they know how to make you guys take care of your bodies and keep yourselves healthy. So glad to hear that's going well. How did things go last night for you and the guys? Nothing, and you don't have to give us any details, but how did you feel walking off the field off Doak Campbell last night from that second scrimmage?
I felt good, and I felt like the team performed really well, and it just felt good to be back in Doak and get ready.
We're like 13 days away, Devontay. Can you feel it?
I can feel it, man? We're excited.
There we go. All right, man. Right on. Well, let's turn the questions over here to the folks on the Tribal Council, warchant.com. We'll start with Japinol. He wants some inside scoop, which we're going to punt on. Japinol. We're going to try to do our best to keep things on the low so these boys can perform at their best on September 5th. But he was wondering, what's the one thing you think this offensive line needs going into the season?
To be honest, I just feel like we need support from everybody. The past couple of years, it's been really hard on the O-line, especially before I got here. And, it's always great to have support. We're gonna hold up our end of the bargain. We're gonna do what we have to do to make sure we're successful. So all we need is support from the fans and everyone else around us.
All right, there we go. Hey, we'll transition there to we'll go back to the Tribal Council. This is our guy Ralph. He's from Tallahassee, Devontay, but he actually is a Marine who went out to Hawaii, and he's been in Hawaii for like 23 years now. So he says, aloha, how's it? Points out that, the experts have not been giving the Florida State offensive line a lot of high marks, but you and Dylan are here, and he appreciates the fact that you guys transferred in. So he asked, his question is, what message of hope can you give the fan base that the future of the offensive line is on solid footing?
I can say be very hopeful. We have a lot of young guys, especially with the COVID year giving everybody an extra year of eligibility. You got guys like Maurice, who I think technically is a freshman this year, and he's played a lot of games. Darius, I think, is technically a freshman again. Dante Lucas is technically a sophomore. You got guys like Lloyd Willis, Rod Orr, Robert Scott is a freshman again. And then plus the recruits that are currently committed. The future is very bright. And I think after this year, there's only 2 of us that graduate. So
yeah, man, lots of good talent. Right. Lots of good talent on the Florida State offensive line. Coach Atkins also a real good asset for this program right now. Let's turn things over to YouTube. We'll go to Octavio. He asks you, Devontay, do you have a game day trend or something you do the day of the game to hype you up?
I'm not really much of a hype up guy. I like to be calm, especially playing O-line. You have to see a lot of stuff going on, and it's not always good to be just like very anxious and high energy. I usually like to calm down because naturally the nerves are going to be up. So I do whatever I can to like mellow out and just focus on what I have to do. And I wouldn't say a routine because, we play at different times. Sometimes every week you play in different locations. But normally if we play a late game, you just watch the early games and relax and just do what you have to do to get ready.
So do you get butterflies still, or are you pretty like level the entire time, or can you feel like the anxiety as you get closer to kickoff?
Yeah, I'll say I get butterflies. I've played a lot of football, and sometimes before games I feel like I've never played a snap. But that's part of just loving the game. I feel like, if you don't get nervous before it, then I don't think you need to be playing. Or if you don't get excited, I don't think you have true love for the game.
No doubt. All right, let's go to Dan Squatch. He asks Devontay, who on the defensive line has the biggest arsenal of moves? Don't tell us the moves, but who's got the most in their toolbox, would you think?
I'd have to go with Dennis Briggs. He's very versatile, and he can play probably anywhere on the D-line. Plus, combined with his size and speed, he probably Dennis Briggs, yeah.
Coach Norvell was saying really good things about Dennis here, I think, yesterday, and Coach Fuller kind of underscored it. What kind of camp have you seen from Dennis? He seems to be coming on pretty strong.
Phenomenal. He's going to wake up a lot of people this year.
All right, no doubt. Ooh, this is a good one right here. This comes from Terry Boyd. What's your favorite flavor of Powerade? I'm a yellow guy.
I like the purple.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it gets me.
All right, man. No doubt. Taking your questions here on Trench Talk. Hit that thumbs up button showing that you like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's in the lower right corner underneath Devontay. Hit that little bell and set your notifications for however frequently or infrequently you want to be reminded of videos that drop here on our YouTube channel. Got some email ones I'm going to pop up here too for us, Devontay. This comes from Joseph. Says you weren't always a big dude. Did you play other sports growing up, and was football always your favorite?
I played basketball, and basketball was my favorite sport. Then I realized I wasn't going to be 6'8" or 6'9", and I wasn't the fastest. I couldn't really jump the highest. So then, I kind of shifted to football, and you couldn't be as physical in basketball. So, but if I had to play another sport, it would be basketball.
Who's the best basketball player on the team? If you had to get 4 other guys to run a game on a court in Tallahassee, who are the 4 guys on the team you'd pick to be on your hoops team?
Pokey Wilson.
Okay.
Let me think. Got to go with Jordan Travis. Surprisingly, Dante Lucas can play basketball. It doesn't look like he can. He can. He's a hooper. Let me think. Mackenzie Milton.
Okay, the quarterbacks. All right, the quarterbacks, and then you and Dante on the post. Yeah. Okay.
And then for my big, I don't even know what I'd have as my big. Kier Thomas can play a little bit. Just because that's my guy, I'll rock with him, and I feel like we have the chemistry. We'll be able to get it done.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Sammy Lance asks, what's your Chipotle order?
All right, so we go brown rice, black beans, either chicken or steak, depending on the day, fajita veggies, hot salsa, corn, cheese, guacamole, and sour cream.
No lettuce?
No lettuce.
Oh. Burrito or bowl?
Bowl.
Ooh, I gotta have a burrito. All right. Watching that svelte figure of yours. All right, that's good stuff. Noel Yakin asks, I don't know, has school started? He asked, how was your first day of class? I don't even know if school started or not, Devontay.
It did. It was good. I just had a little discussion post. You just got to introduce yourself. The first week's always the smoothest.
Very nice. Let's see here. Bensi says all top to try to pop something else up. Sanders says, what's it like working alongside Bavion? He has so much experience in the program.
It's great working with Bavion because he's been through 3 coaching staffs, and he can just tell us like when we're going in the right direction and when we're not, because he's seen from where the O-line's been from 2016 to now. Mm-hmm. And it's great seeing like where he's seen the direction of the program go to where it's going, and he can really tell us like, no, we need to do this. I've seen this before and it hasn't worked, and stuff like that.
All right, let's hop back to the Tribal Council, warchant.com. This comes from Northwest Florida boy. Devontay, do you think you would be better or about the same if you had been coached for 4 years by Coach Alex Atkins and Josh Storms in the strength and conditioning program?
That's hard to say, just because, I've learned so much from Coach Atkins and I've developed so much under Coach Storms, but also I developed a lot. I learned different things and developed differently under my previous staff. So it's hard to say if I would have been able to continue growing by staying at the same place as 4 years, or if me coming somewhere else developed me even more.
Right on, man. He also asked, what position on the offensive line do you think you project at the next level?
I would say as a center or guard. I'm a good sized guy, but most of the tackles in the NFL are around 6'6", 6'7", and I'm not 6'6" or 6'7", so probably inside.
Okay. Speaking of the inside, let's go back to YouTube. And Dan Squatch says, every good guard has a story about catching somebody on a pulling play. Ever catch somebody napping?
Yeah, in high school, I was playing right guard. I remember we were playing at Land O'Lakes, and we ran a counter, and a kid didn't see me coming. I knocked his helmet off, and I thought it was the coolest thing, because you don't see that happening often from O-linemen.
What did the play go for? Was it a big play?
I believe so, and it was really exciting because they knew when I was pulling every time, and they would point it out, and they still couldn't stop it. We had a good team, so
nice. Eric asks on YouTube, Devontay, what are some of your hobbies that you have off the field?
I like to play basketball. I'm not much of a video game guy. I love Netflix shows. I'm watching Friday Night Lights right now for like the 3rd time. I love it. I don't have many hobbies, I love football. I like to try new food places, and I like watching sports.
Your roommate's a big gamer, though, huh? Is Brady going to be okay not being able to game, or is he going to find somewhere to get his?
He's going through it. I think he went fishing today to make up for it.
Nice. All right, let's see. Let's keep it rolling here. Mr. No Blooded says, what do you guys do after a big win, either home or away?
It depends on the person. You know, if my family's in town, I'll go just hang out with my family, enjoy it, hang out with them. You know, some people like to go out and celebrate. It just depends because the next day we have workouts and meetings and stuff, so you don't want to be too tired for that. Because like, yeah, you can enjoy the win, but you got to focus on the next opponent. You can't enjoy it too much.
No. Jason Sanders, you said that everybody on this offensive line could sure use some support. The whole team could use some support from the fan base. Says that we believe in you as a team. Win or lose, you're all behind you. Have fun and enjoy the moment as young men. Go Noles. So
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice, Jason. Very nice. This is Gator Kirk, but again, as I think I said last week, Devontay, he's a big time diehard Florida State fan. He lives up in Virginia. He just happened to wrestle alligators when he was a young man. He says, "Thank you for doing this, Mr. Love-Taylor." Asks, "What's your major?"
So I got my bachelor's degree in communications with a minor in criminal justice, and I have my master's degree in criminology. And right now, I'm working on getting a coaching certificate.
Okay. Are you going to come for my job? Like you want to be on it? Maybe some broadcast journalism, perhaps, after your career on the gridiron's done?
Yeah, broadcasting or coaching. I haven't really decided yet, but just something in sports.
Okay, I think it'll work out for you, man. I think it'll work out for you. Let's take another email here from one of our folks, Noles93. He signed it. Says, if you could pick one famous athlete to have dinner with, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. This is a hard one. Does it have to be like retired or current?
Anybody, man, past or present.
You got to go with Michael Jordan. You can't pass that up.
Okay.
You just got to hear that mindset. I don't know if you watched The Last Dance, but just hearing him speak and like his leadership and his will to win, like I want to know everything.
Like, we had nothing to watch last summer, right? Because of the pandemic. We all watched The Last Dance. Like, was there a watch party with the team? Was there some of you guys that got together for that?
I got with a couple guys and we watched it, but nothing crazy.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to Sanders here. Says the tight end room seems to have turned the corner this offseason, especially with Jordan Wilson getting healthy. How important is good tight end play to the offensive line success?
It's very important. Sometimes we're doing combos, blocks with those guys. They help us in pass protection, and the whole room's grown. Jordan, Cam, Wyatt, Preston, Kobe, all those guys. They're really coming along and they're really helping us out.
All right. Let's see here. Let's hop back over to the Tribal Council, warchant.com. This comes from Kurt. It says, Devontay, without mentioning any names of your previous coaches, what does Coach Atkins teach that differs from previous offensive line coaches you've had in the past? Or maybe how does his teaching style help you and your offensive line mates improve and learn? I guess how would you maybe describe Coach Atkins' style?
So Coach Atkins, he doesn't coach everybody the same. He learns your personality, and he won't teach me the same thing he's teaching a freshman just because I'm more developed and I've been through more, I've played in more games, and he'll teach me more tools, or he'll teach me more things I can pull out of my toolbox than he will a freshman, like whether it's something complex, whether he's teaching freshman base stuff and I'm learning more advanced stuff.
He also seems to, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but he seems to walk like a really nice line between like tough love, like good cop, bad cop kind of stuff. Does that seem like a pretty accurate assessment of him being able to kind of get on you guys when he has to, but also kind of put his arm around you when that calls for it as well?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He never attacks you as a person. He just attacks your actions. Like if you mess up, he's going to let you know you mess up and he's going to move on. He doesn't want to dwell on, because he wants you to focus on the next play. We're very big on next play mentality. So once you mess up, he tells you what you did wrong, and then he's like, all right, get it fixed. Focus on the next play.
All right. Well, let's go to Beast 3517. Asks, does the outside noise during the season motivate you, or do you just ignore it?
I tend to just ignore it, because at the end of the day, we're not going to win or lose based off the outside noise. We're going to win or lose based off what's in the locker room. So we just got to make sure the locker room ignores it and we handle our business.
Sammy Lance says, tell Cam McDonald to keep uploading stuff on YouTube. So he's entertaining people.
I'll let him know.
Let's go to this one right here. This comes from George out in Tampa. Thanks for doing this, Devontay. Big fan of Trench Talk. Friend of mine says the referees could realistically call holding on every play. Is that true? And how do you avoid getting flagged?
I wouldn't say on every play. You know, as long as you keep your hands inside, you'll be fine. And then one of the tough parts is when a quarterback goes to run and you don't know he's running, and they go to run away from you, and you might get caught getting extended and get called for a holding. But I wouldn't say every play. You know, the refs got good eyes. They know when there's a holding.
Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Get down or lay down. How many out of 10 one-on-one matchups would you win versus 1989 Odell Hagens?
I'm going to go at 0 just in case he's watching.
Smart man. Smart man. Dan Squatch asks, who of the linebackers do you not want to see come on a blitz?
You know, I like me, but to be honest, if I had to pick any of them, it would be DJ Lundy or Steven Diggs. You know, they're young, but they're built different. Those guys, those are some grown men.
Yeah, DJ Lundy is country strong, like through and through, man. That kid's something else.
Yeah.
This is Trench Talk. This is the second edition. We'll be doing these on Mondays as the season starts up here. It's a Devontay Love-Taylor, offensive lineman for your Florida State Seminoles, taking your questions here on YouTube as well as Twitter and Warchant.com's Tribal Council. Do hit that thumbs up button, support the show. Hit the subscribe button underneath Devontay's screen there in the lower right side. And we'll try to pop up your questions as they roll in through here. We'll be going to about the bottom of the hour. So we got about 15 minutes or so left on here. So we'll be taking more questions. And we got to look at this. You're gone international, Devontay. We got Tony in London, England, man. London, England.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
You ever been overseas anywhere, Devontay?
I have not.
All right. Well, you know, when you make it to the NFL, maybe it'll be one of those teams that ends up going to London for a game every year. So that'll be pretty cool. Let's see what we got going on over here on the Tribal Council as we do that. Let's pop up another question from Sanders. Sanders is bringing in all the strong questions here. Almost looks like a Netherlands flag. Maybe he's in Holland. Who knows? He says, Coach Dillingham seems like tons of fun. Do you have any good Coach Dillingham stories?
Not any good stories, but he's a great coach, and you know he's very personable too. You know, sometimes he'll just come into the O-line room and we'll just talk protections with the quarterbacks, and he's a great dude to be around. He always has energy every day at practice, and he's going to be a great head coach one day, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. Man, he's got the energy. So Sammy's asking, I think we talked about this last week, but what NFL team would you want to get drafted by? All of them. I know that's the generic answer, but is there like one uniform you think you might look a little bit better in than the rest?
Right now, no, but growing up, I was a big Panthers fan and I always wanted to play for the Panthers. But right now, whoever would draft me, I'd be grateful.
No doubt. Sammy also asks, what's your favorite uniform combination of the Noles?
I like the blacks. I haven't gotten to play in them yet, but they're so clean, the all black.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the black ones. I'm white top, garnet pants. I think that's the cleanest look. But that's I'm in the minority on
the most slim. So
okay, makes sense. Let's see here. Terry asks, is there a pro offensive lineman that you look up to?
I wouldn't name one in specific. You know, when I watch the film, there's a lot of guys that stand out, like Quentin Nelson. He's just a dog. You get guys. I like watching like old tape, and you see guys like when Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday were together, just their communication and how he was running the offense just as much as Peyton Manning was. You know, his knowledge of the game, and he was an undersized guy, and he's probably the best center of all time. So just looking at guys like that.
Have you ever played center? Like, have you ever been pressed into duty and having to play center, whether it was like Pee Wee or up to high school or anything?
Not in game, but I've practiced some at center before.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I can see you calling it out, man. Like Omaha, 55's the mic, 55's the mic. I can see it, man. I can see it. Let's see here. Beast 3517 asks, what are some of your on-field and off-field goals this season?
On-field goals is just to play my part. You know, no matter what position it is, just do my job every play so I can be the best for the team at that time. And then off the field, it's the same, be the best leader and set the biggest examples I can so I can be the best for the team.
All right. No doubt. Good stuff. Good goals to set, Devontay. Briley asks, what is the number one aspect of offensive line communication that you think you guys have improved upon as a unit?
Just understanding like what's going on, like understanding the plays like fully, not just running them, but really understanding them, understanding where the ball's going, and understanding like our leverage, and plus identifying fronts. We've improved crazy. Like there's been a lot of improvement, especially getting a full year with Coach Atkins and a full offseason. It's been improved a lot.
All right. Well, this kind of maybe piggyback off what we were just talking about, but Adebanje, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, man. I got a tough name too, so it's all good. How do you feel the team has progressed this offseason?
I think it's progressed tremendously. You know, like I said, we got a full year in with the whole staff. Also, like the offseason, we became a lot closer. We did a lot of team bonding, and it's just been great. And we have so much more buy-in now. Like everybody that's here is bought in to Coach Norvell, and it's going to be something special.
Ooh, I like this one. I'm glad I can pull the questions up so I can pick the ones I like and then skip the ones I don't like. Dominic asks, why does the offensive line stay still when there's a potential offsides penalty?
Because you get a free play, and let's say like you snap the ball and everybody moves but the O-line, and he throws a touchdown. But if we move and we risk getting a holding call, then the penalty's offset and there's no touchdown.
Okay, I've never thought about that, and it totally makes sense now. Okay,
so
all right.
Everybody but the O-line moves.
Because, yeah, that'd be the worst thing, right? Like they jump off sides, you throw a touchdown, but then one of your guys, like, gets a hand on a face mask and you get a – okay, there we go. Dominic, you asked. Devontay answered. Now we were all better for it, man. Awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Jay asks, who are some of the hardest guys to block on the defensive line?
All of them bring a different aspect. Coop's a big guy. He's hard to move. Fabian's a big, strong guy. Briggs is elusive. Kier's strong. Jermaine's long and athletic. All those guys, they're different. D-Mac, he's very athletic. Quayshawn's big and strong. They all bring a different type of, style. So, especially when they rotate, it's hard because you got to switch your mindset to how you're going to block them.
All right. Here's a question from Rooney Knoll. Is there a difference in your approach depending on what quarterback you're blocking for? Keep up the good work. Go Noles.
I wouldn't say depending on the quarterback, but depending on the play calls is really what it's based off of.
All right. With that said, back to Sanders. What's your favorite play to have called? Some inside run? Do you like inside run, like play action? Like, you want to get in pass pro? What do you like?
My favorite play is when he sends the offense on the field and tells us to take a knee because we won the game.
There we go. That is the correct answer, man. Gator Kirk's back with a good question too. So we saw Shaheem Brown in an orange jersey, but making plays. We saw Dennis Briggs in an orange jersey, but making plays. Coach Norvell says that, he still holds everybody accountable. So you can get the orange jersey for, other things off the field. What do you do to get out of the orange jersey? Not that you've ever had to wear it, but do you know how you get out of the orange jersey?
It's just a one-time thing.
Okay.
You get out of it right the next day, as long as you handle everything you need to do and do your accountabilities.
Dan Squatch asks, is there any sort of mentor program within the offensive line group, like little brother, big brother? Do you have a little that you kind of take under your wing?
I wouldn't say that, but the older guys, especially now, we have like a good mixture of older guys and younger guys. And I won't even say older and younger guys. I'm going to say guys that have played and guys that haven't yet. And it's just like, when a freshman comes in, if they're eager to learn, they kind of seek you out and they're like, hey, can you go over this with me? And then, when you start talking to them, you kind of just want to show them the ropes and let them know, like, especially like with camp, this is going to be one of the hardest things you've had to go through. You're going to be tired, sore. You're not going to sleep much, but you're going to have to be physical every day. So you kind of just take them under your wing on your own, depending on the people and who it is. There's not really like a big little system.
All right. Right on. This question comes from Twitter. It's Tiggity11 asks, who eats the most out of all the offensive linemen?
Robert Scott.
Really? My guy Bob Scott.
Yeah. I took him to McDonald's one time and he spent like $28 just for him. And I was like, wow.
Dude, he says that he has McDonald's 3 times a day.
I wasn't sure if it was for one meal or if he was just like saving it. But like, and Rob's the nicest dude in the world. He's like ordering all this food, and he's like, and it's like, it's this hotel. He's like, "Oh, do you want something?" I was like, "Nah, bro. I don't know if they'll have any food left, to be honest."
Oh man, he's the best, man. I love that guy. So you can maybe pass the baton to him. Maybe we'll do Trench Talk with Robert Scott next year. Ben C asks, how much film do you watch a week during the season?
I can't really put like an hour on it, but you watch film before practice. You watch film on your own, to study your opponent individually, and then you watch film as a group. Just so you make sure you and your group are on the same page, and then you watch film with the running backs and tight ends and quarterbacks just to make sure all the communication is on point.
Kelvin asks, I think we might have talked about it last week, but if you could play any other position, what would it be?
Running back.
Okay.
I think I got good vision. I feel like a running back sometimes when I pull around and I see a hole, and I'm like, if I had the ball, where'd I want to go? And I kind of just treat it like that.
All right, let's see here. Eric Angel asks, does the quarterback, Devontay, tell you when the ball is snapped, or left guard or right guard tell you to snap the ball like in the NFL?
It depends. It depends on the situation, where we're playing at. It's a little bit of everything.
All right. Let's go Buffalo 1. Again, we're taking all your questions here on Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Got maybe about 4 or 5 minutes left here on the show, so do get those questions in as we pop them up on the screen. Ask you, Devontay, let's go Buffalo. What's a tattoo on your left arm, and what does it stand for?
On my left arm, I got a bunch. I got a full sleeve, but the main one right here in the front, it says my brother's keeper. And that's just like my mindset. I'll always take care of my brothers, not just my blood brothers, but my teammates too. Whenever they need anything, I want them to feel like they can call on me. And in any situation, whether it's football or life.
What was your first tattoo, and how old were you?
I was 18, and I got these little lines right here. You can't really see them. They say faith and family.
Okay. What was your parents' reaction?
So my mom, I asked her permission, of course. Okay. I was 18, and I was like, I'm going to go get a tattoo. If you don't want me to, let me know, and I won't. And she didn't believe I would, because she didn't think I had a high pain tolerance. And then I came back with one. And then she was like, "Oh, you're not going to be able to get any more." And then fast forward a couple years later, I got a full arm sleeve.
And so it really is addicting, right? Like you can't just get one tattoo. That's what they say.
I thought that was a lie, but it really is. Once you fill up like a certain part of your skin, it's like only coloring half a page in a coloring book. You like, wow, I only colored half. I might as well finish the rest.
Good metaphor. I like that. Yeah. Let's go to Jane Newsom. She's a longtime Florida State fan, usually posting here on our YouTube channel. Jane asks, Devontay, has the team picked out a motto for the season yet?
We have one motto on this: climb.
Every time. So every year it's always climb.
Climb, commit to the climb.
Okay, there we go. Let's see here. DF asks, how much do you bench now versus last year?
When we maxed out this year, I benched 405. Last year, I think I hit around the 355, 365 mark.
Is there a difference? I mean, can you feel that? Does it translate to a football field, like in your position when you are able to press more?
Yeah, like when you strike somebody, you can tell like their body movements based off your strike. Like if you strike them hard, they kind of like jump back a little bit. But if they're just as strong as you and you hit them, and they don't move, then you're like, oh, okay, they got something to them. You might have to find another way.
Let's go to Jay Jackson. Outside of Florida State and football, what do you like best about living in Tallahassee?
The hospitality and the people. I lived in Miami for 4 years, and it's like complete opposites. Miami was really busy. There wasn't a lot of Southern hospitality. And then coming up here, it's like night and day. There's not much traffic. All the people are very personable. They know who you are, and they treat people well up here.
Okay. Let's see here. Get Down or Lay Down asks, who's the guy that watches film like they're playing 4D chess? Who's got the real good eye for breaking down film?
Let me think. Maurice Smith has a real good eye for film. Dylan Gibbons has a real good eye for film, and then our whole room's developing it. Like it's crazy. Sometimes we're just in room and everybody, as soon as there's a question asked, everybody knows the answer.
All right, here we go. Ed Lemix of DeLuna Coffee fame says, how much weight have you gained this year and how do you feel?
I've gained about 6 or 7 pounds and I feel good. I feel like I'm moving around good. And, I'm just ready to put all the work on display, just like everybody else.
All right, there we go. Maybe take another last question or two. Again, don't forget, this is Warchant TV. Hit that thumbs up button in the lower part of the screen, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be doing these throughout the season with Devontay on Monday afternoon. So mark it down in your calendar to make sure that you're around here for this stuff. Let me make sure we got everything off the Tribal Council and Twitter. We got somebody here that's saying they were excited. I think Florida State 23, Notre Dame 13. So you're already generating a lot of buzz and excitement from the fan base doing this right now. And let's see here. King Spleen, let me pop him up on here, asks, how do you linemen earn Tomahawk stickers?
Pancakes, touchdown leading blocks, stuff like that. Just doing your job and excelling at it pretty much.
Can you do stuff off the field? Is it strictly on the field that gets you Tomahawks, or there's stuff that you can do off the field to get it?
We haven't gone over like the process off the field yet, but I'm sure there's going to be ways.
Okay. All right. We did it, man. Another trench talk in the books, Devontay. We still have a bunch of questions coming in, but hey, our guys, he's got to get ready for a pretty important game 13 days from now as Florida State takes on Notre Dame to start off the 2021 season, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. We got plenty to talk about before then. They'll be back at practice tomorrow. Don't forget, podcast drops with myself and Corey tomorrow morning. Jeff Cameron, 1 to 3 o'clock. Or, sorry, Seminole Headlines on Tuesdays from 1 to 3. Devontay, hey, man, we really appreciate the time, man. Let's keep doing these.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, and hey, by the way, you might bring some friends on next time, possibly, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure which ones, but we'll have a couple guests.
Okay, awesome. For Devontay, I'm Aslan. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out.